Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Rajka Tharath and today I shall be discussing dentinal hypersensitivity, tobacco and oral cancer, as well as skeletal bone density and dental concerns. Overzealous brushing of the teeth for years, acidic foods that cause erosion, as well as the natural recession of the gums away from the teeth, all these could lead to hypersensitivity of teeth. So here's what you can do. Brush before breakfast and not after, as when you have a meal there's an acid attack in the mouth because of which the enamel gets softened, and when you brush the enamel can be removed leading to abrasion and thus sensitivity. While brushing, angle the brush towards the gum as well as the teeth, and not only teeth, otherwise you could be brushing the gums away from the teeth. Avoid acidic foods and drinks as these cause erosion of the teeth and exposure of dentine leading to more sensitivity. You could also apply a desensitizing paste on the affected area with a finger, let it remain there for a few minutes and then rinse. Just like many other cancers, the risk of developing oral cancer increases with age as well as the use of tobacco. The most common sites for oral cancer are the lip, the tongue, the floor of the mouth and the lining mucosa of the cheeks. Most lip tumors grow on the lower lip, and men are much more likely to be affected than women. The initial signs of oral cancer are subtle and can be easily missed. If you see a red or white patch in your mouth that lasts for longer than 2 weeks, then it's time to see an oral specialist, especially if it's on your lips, your tongue, or the floor of your mouth. Older people are also prone to many other conditions which can cause sores in and around the mouth, like yeast infections, herpes, and even some deficiency conditions. These can be confused with the initial signs of oral cancer. However, these conditions are benign and cause a lot of pain during eating, swallowing, as well as talking. And so, to reduce the risk of oral cancer, you must follow a healthy lifestyle, avoid tobacco as well as alcoholic products, stay out of sun as much as possible, and if you do, then make sure to wear a lot of sunscreen. Last but not the least, make sure to visit your dentist regularly to get any lumps or bumps in your head and neck region assessed for the signs of oral cancer. Now moving on to skeletal bone density and dental concerns. Osteoporosis is a condition that affects the bones and it can develop at any stage of life. However, it's most commonly seen in seniors as well as postmenopausal women. Throughout your life, your body breaks down old bone and grows new bone. However, as you approach your mid-30s, your body breaks down old bone faster than it can replace it. And this leads to bones that are less dense and more fragile and thus more prone to breakages. Additional research is needed to confirm the relation between skeletal bone density and that of the jawbone. Biphosphonates are a group of medications that are used to treat osteoporosis, and these can reduce the bone loss. However, they are also suspected to inhibit bone healing, which can lead to a condition called as osteonecrosis of the jaw. This can be a cause of concern during dental treatments which involve surgical extraction of teeth, as this can lead to lack of healing and exposure of portions of the jawbone to the oral environment because of lack of blood supply. Thus, in order to reduce the risk of osteonecrosis of the jaw, it's important that even before you start the medication, you visit your oral healthcare provider and get your oral cavity or your oral health assessed. Research also shows that patients who get screenings as well as preventive care treatment done before starting on the medication are half as likely to get osteonecrosis of the jaw. You must also have a conversation with your surgeon before starting any procedure about its risks as well as benefits. And whenever possible, ask your surgeon to choose the most conservative approach in order to treat your condition. And so, there are certain risk factors of osteoporosis that are beyond your control, like getting older, being female, or having a family history of osteoporosis. However, there are certain factors that you can control as well as manage. Start by getting proper recommendations regarding your dietary intake of calcium as well as vitamin D. Eat a well-balanced meal containing right amounts of calcium and vitamin D and take supplements as and when needed. Engage in regular physical activity and exercises like weight-bearing exercises which include climbing stairs, walking, jogging and even dancing. and resistance exercises which include lifting weights. These exercises cause your muscles to pull and push against your bones, which in turn signals the body to produce fresh bone tissue, which helps to strengthen the bones. Exercise also improves your balance and coordination, which helps you to avoid falls. Make sure to visit your dentist regularly, as dental radiographs are important screening tools and can distinguish between normal and osteoporotic bone. Also, report dental concerns like loose teeth, gums detaching from the teeth, receding gums, and loose and ill-fitting dentures to your dental office, as these may indicate osteoporosis. And so, visiting your dental office regularly can keep you one step ahead of potential problems, as well as making changes to your routine as your body changes can help you to keep a great looking smile for life. Stay tuned for more information on nutrition for seniors in my next videos. Well, I hope this information is of use to you. If you have any queries, kindly email me at rthorathcadh@gmail.com. In the meantime, keep smiling and namaste.